Here I thought the job was simply to heal my immune disease, but then figured out it was trauma that needed to be healed, and lo and behold, now I realize it's disconnect from bearing the burden. It's Jung's Liber, Novus, Nietzsche's Zarathustra, St. John's obscure night of the soul. It's how do we carry on in the face of uncertainty, which is the definition of trauma. Disassociation, trauma, lack of joy, derealization, depersonalization, depression, anxiety, angst. This malaise that Jung began writing about 100 years ago hasn't gone away. It's a malaise that's in all of us. It's just sometimes something huge brings it up. First World War for his generation. It seems the Second World War for the supposedly greatest generation. That's just what they call their generation. Was there something for subsequent generations? I've said this for a while, but I don't know if I've said it as out loud as this, but I think we've witnessed the first global trauma, almost global. Sure, different areas were relatively untouched, but unlike previous, as example, Carl Jung, the First World War, he was being able to sit most of it out over in Switzerland and watch the nightmare carry on. But I don't think the same can be said of our modern era, of our recent trauma. And as I said, I believe Carl Jung's Liber Novus, Nietzsche's Zarathustra, heck, Schopenhauer, Spinoza, Emerson, Whitman, all of these great minds, what had them up at night? Meaning, yes, but more so this idea of what is the nature of self, the true nature of self, right? Is it one? Is it two? Is it both? One and two, as Jung says near the end of Liber Novus. How is it? You can be one and not be at once. You can be one and two. You can be the individual self and the greater self at once. But as I said, I never realized that before I could even begin to heal my trauma, my autoimmune disease, my difficulties, to learn to bear my burden. It's where I found it in the obscure night of the soul, where he explains this disconnect from any passion, any joy, any contentment. It's what we're living today, our modern malaise. I mean, we'll listen to some doctors who blame it on not eating properly, not getting the building blocks of the neurotransmitters that causes it, contentment. Another one will say it's too much dopamine, which is short-term and is a hollow replacement for the serotonin of contentment. Then we'll hear others blame this or that. It is that, but I think the root of it is what a lot of these authors were trying to get at. Our disconnection from self and others, disconnection from the I and the self, the true self, disconnection from our community. That's why Buddhism has this particular concept of the Sangha. It's not just the group of Buddhists, both lay and monk, but it's all all of these like-minded individuals. In fact, there's a great book that opens speaking that they're all members of the same faith, and that anyone who turns towards faith and truth and love and does good works after good works, they're all members of the same community, the same sangha, the same sect, the same race, the same people. It's the disconnect.